Hello, today we attempt to do our largest archive on this channel. We are archiving the National Archives of Singapore and its surroundings at Canning Rise. Welcome to Alex World. I'm Alexander, and this is the series where I archive various parts of Singapore as it evolves over time. Canning Rise is home to many of Singapore's governmental institutions and landmarks. It stretches from the National Archives of Singapore to Fort Canning Road. In January 2019, the street went through a modification and partial pedestrianisation. Canning Rise is one of the projects as part of Singapore's effort to convert roads for pedestrians and cyclists and bus lanes to make these modes of transportation more convenient. These projects aim to enhance walkability in areas like the Civic District. As a driver, pedestrian, cyclist and public transport commuter, I'm not sure if these changes are for the better. Share your thoughts with us in the comments. Do check out some of our videos on our coverage of Singapore's Civic District like Connaught Drive, Anderson Bridge and Fullerton Road, High Street and City Hall MRT Station. The links are in the description. Canning Rise starts off with the National Archives of Singapore, featuring an unmistakable building that blends modern architecture with traditional Art Deco. Its bold former firm yet beautiful facade is an immediate eye-catcher. The institution is responsible for the collection and management of records relating to Singapore's political, social and economic history. Of course, it is impossible for us to archive the entire collection of the National Archives of Singapore. What we can archive are the buildings that host the collection. The National Archives of Singapore moved from Raffles Museum and Library on Stamford Road to 1 Canning Rise and took over the old campus of the Anglo-Chinese School. Opposite the National Archives of Singapore is the Bible House. You can watch our feature on it in our video on Armenian Street. Visiting Canning Rise is a must for all Singaporean families. In Singapore, the Registry of Marriages (ROMM) and the Registry of Muslim Marriages (ROMM) are where couples legally register their union as partners in a personal relationship. Many couples would even take photos with the surrounding to commemorate the day of their legally binding marriage. The steep hill leading up to ROM and ROMM is a reminder of the challenging but rewarding journey towards marriage. A new road was added to Canning Rise that extends to the Singapore Management University (SMU). This area features the extended campus of the School of Law, its library, and the School of Social Sciences and College of Integrative Studies. The pedestrianised portion of Canning Rise sits on the side of Fort Canning Hill. As we continue walking up the hill, you will come across the beautiful greenery of Fort Canning Hill on your left. To your right, you can peep through the roofs of SMU to get a glimpse of the Civic District skyline. As we ascend from the pedestrianised part of the street, we arrive at the highest point of Canning Rise, where you can spot several views of the city skyline all around. We find this a great spot to take alternative photos of the city skyline. Here you will find a modern glass building on your right, which is an extension of the majestic colonial building of the National Museum of Singapore. You will also find many interesting sculptures littered at the back of the museum. Descending to the end of Canning Rise, the final landmark you will pass by is Wesley Methodist Church. The street will eventually merge to Fort Canning Road. Canning Rise is easily accessible via public transport. If you would like to start your walk from the National Archives of Singapore, City Hall MRT Station would be the closest. Alternatively, you can start from the other end of Canning Rise, which is a short walk from Dhoby Ghaut MRT Station. Thanks for allowing me to share my journey in archiving various parts of Singapore. Let me know in the comments where else in Singapore you would like me to cover. If you enjoyed this video, consider following my journey by subscribing to this channel. Bye!